What's going on, YouTube peeps? Hope you guys are doing well. I'm uploading this video with some Nomad internet, link below if you need some mobile internet unlimited. And see the smile? Took a little bit of work, but I went into the office here for a third time, and ladies and gentlemen, we are registered here with Tater Tot. They bumped it back to the end of January of next year, but still, I mean, it's good. It's within 1 month of Miranda the RV, so talk about pulling me through the ringers on that one. So technically, if you have an Illinois title and you're bringing it into Texas, make sure it's got a VIN number on that title, first of all. If it doesn't, you're gonna need an affidavit from the county where it's registered, last registered in Illinois, declaring that this title number relates to this VIN number. It's a special form, and of course, I couldn't make Madison County pull that because they're still going through their whole COVID-y thing up there, and offices are closed and they're short-staffed and everything, but made it work eventually. Check it out. Tater Tot officially has a Tater Tot custom plate. Tater with the 8, Tater Tot. So happy. I was so glad. And that looks really good. Well, maybe not because of the color, but you know, the car is mostly black and white, so even on the front, looks awesome. How about that? So I'm wasting no time. I am heading out of here today, gonna get out of Texas. Nothing against Texas right now, but they're just not ready. They're just not ready right now, and I want to do something else. I want to start preparing for this big spring summer trip. So with that in mind, it's time to do a walk around. And again, always do your checks. Do your checks every single day if you can, maybe even multiple times a day. But I'm walking around, looking up and down, checking the bike. Looked right here. There is no fuel cap on the back of my RV. Now, I will admit that I wasted about 45 minutes going through all the video from the past week or so, from the last time I filled up and then drove, and it was my fault. I left it right here, put the gas pump back away, walked away, never put it on, drove off. Who knows where it went to. However, now I start thinking about all the rain that we got a couple nights here, you know, that would have come down here, and I thought it is definitely possible that I could have got some water that got into my gas tank, because there isn't even a thing like holding it, like keeping it that you have to push against. No, it just goes right in. So, but of course I also thought about somebody may have tampered with it, actually pulled it off and siphoned gas out. So that's why I went and looked at the video, because I've got video 24 hours stored and then stored in the cloud and everything, and it was my own fault, of course. I kind of figured that was going to happen. So at this point, I took the car out to O'Reilly's, got me a new locking gas cap. Also, for all of you Class A owners similar to mine, that's a Ford V10, anywhere from I think 2008 to maybe even 2018. The easiest way to get parts for it when you go into these stores, tell them you have a Ford, then give them the year. Mine's a 2012 chassis. So I have a Ford 2012 F53. Don't let them pick anything else. As long as they pick the F53 chassis, which is listed in most auto parts stores, definitely O'Reilly's, then they can find the exact parts you might need for the chassis parts. I got that, and I got 2 bottles of the heat water remover just in case. But actually, I went and turned the key, and I only have about a quarter tank of gas in the RV right now. So that's about 20 gallons. I have an 80-gallon tank. So one of these treats 20 gallons. I'm just going to do one for now. And I may even notice, like, if there is some water in there may be some performance issues, but I'm just going to go add a full tank of gas next chance I get after I get back on the road, so that it can just kind of mix in the good gas with what's going on. If I need to put the second bottle in later, I will, but it's time to go, guys. All right, well, I drove a good 30 miles there. There was no performance issues. I don't think we got too much water in the tank. I'm gonna fill it up here, and this is never gonna happen again, because the new gas cap, the locking one, well, you can't take the key out of there until you lock it. The other one, I could take it out and set it there and put the keys in my pocket, so I can't drive away if the keys are still here, right? So this is actually a better one. Once you put it on there, then you turn it to lock it. So that problem will never happen again, at least. Well, 3.5 hours later, basically driving in non-stop rain, I'm in Arkansas. Yeah. And it could be a moist rest of the trip. I want to get to the Little Rock area as my halfway point for the night. 5.5 hours of driving in one day is not normal for me, so I'll put on the last hour and 51 minutes here and get back to you here in a bit. Holy cow, what a lot of driving. The rain has let up. Just got here into Little Rock and oh my gosh, look how dirty Tater Tot is. It never seems to show up very well. I'll just wipe my finger so you can see. It's bad. She looks good from a distance though. All right, look guys, I've been meaning to go to this place. It's been on my list of places to stop. It just hasn't worked out the last couple years I've been in Little Rock. So they're open for another, I don't know, 45 minutes. We're barely gonna make it on a Thursday night, I think it is. Is it Wednesday or Thursday? I'm not sure. But anyway, we're gonna check out the All Aboard Restaurant and Grill, which is kind of famous for something. Here we are on the inside, guys. Look at this. Your food is delivered by a train on a track above the tables. That's right, somebody's getting their food delivered. I don't know how it knows how to stop, and then it lowers it down to the table and continues on. So it's a pretty unique restaurant, right? Okay, I've been traveling the country for quite some time looking for the quirkiest stuff. I have never seen anything like this in any restaurant as far as a train above on a track delivering your food. I don't know how the mechanics of it work. I think, oh, I have to put that there. Actually, that makes sense. So I ordered my food first and got my drink. This now says this is my table, so it knows to stop here with my food. And so the kitchen is behind me, that's where the train departs, and then it goes all the way around the building and stops at whatever table. And they built it around in a way so that the track goes on the inside of these tables and on the outside for those tables over there. Got my train conductor hat on. Let's get some, I'm hungry. I think that's my food taking off around the corner. Woohoo! I smell chicken tenders, guys. Come on, stop. Yes! That's awesome. And I guess this is some kind of electric or hydraulic. I think it's an electric. That is awesome. It's making a lot of noise though. I don't care. What we got here? Oh boy. Yes. Uh-oh. I think I'll just put that back on there. There you go. You can have that. Thank you. You can take it back up now. All right, we got delicious chicken tenders and french fries and decorations and more decorations and garbage. And see, sometimes the theming of the restaurants, it doesn't even matter if the food's not fantastic. It could just be ordinary food, but this is cool. It's very greasy. It's definitely very greasy. It's very fresh. Oh, rain's kicking back on again. So, let me be clear. You don't come here for the food. In fact, I give the food a 3. I had 3 different pieces of chicken tenders. They were all cooked differently. One of them was raw. One of them was so crispy on the outside I couldn't even bite through it, and the fries were soggy as heck. So, you know, you come here for the atmosphere, something you've never seen before, and you really like trains, maybe. Yeah. I gotta find a place to boondock here in Little Rock. So I'm here in West Little Rock, Arkansas, and there's a Cracker Barrel and a Walmart just down the street. I'm gonna go to Walmart because I actually do need to do some shopping when I wake up in the morning, and then we'll get back on the road and finish this trip because there's a lot of stuff that was still out of stock down in Texas. So hopefully, Jax has been out of canned food for 2 days. He hasn't had any canned food, just his dry food. And you think he's happy about that? He is pissed about that. He says, Dad, you had one job. Don't ever run out of my canned food. I'll fix it. We'll fix it in the morning, okay? Or tonight if they're still open when we get there, okay? Let's go over to Walmart. Come on. Yeah, I got an okay spot here. They are open for another hour, so I'm going to go ahead and do my shopping and do my walk around and check everything. I'm in Little Rock, Arkansas. There's still snow in Arkansas. Am I going north too soon, Eric? Now, obviously, this is snow that was plowed from the parking lot to a big old pile, so this is all that's left of the snow in Arkansas, but still, let's go get some shopping done. Oh, good morning, guys. I slept really good. My butt is back to being able to sit in the chair and drive another 5.5 hours today. Hey, There's a lot less snow this morning. A lot less snow. There was a bunch of snow right here. All right, that's cool. Let me go ahead and get my walk-arounds done, and then we're gonna head to Home Depot. Got to pick up a few things before we get to the house. Yeah, let's go check in and make sure everything's okay at base camp.
5 hours later.
All right, made it to base camp. Got Miranda parked, but not plugged in yet. Tater tots unhooked here in the front driveway, and interesting little surprise as soon as I get here. But first of all, if you're new to my channel, base camp, my little house here in Illinois, was kind of a COVID panic purchase during the craze of it all last year in May. Go home, stay home. Well, what do you do if you're in an RV? It was in the right price range. I got 30 amp hookups. I got 50 amp hookups down there, water and everything. But here's the problem. So I opened up my SimpliSafe app, clicked turn off the alarm, and the alarm turned off instantly. However, don't know if you can see that icon right there where my thumb is. Jammed. It's telling me that adjust the door and re-entry. Now, I have tried everything. I have tried pulling up on the handle, pushing down, pulling out, doing everything. The deadbolt here is definitely jammed for some reason. I do have the key. Here, I'll show you. So again, this is part of the SimpliSafe thing on the other side, so I have a keypad up here where I can unlock it, but none of that's working. Now, when I put the key in, it'll let me lock the door, but it won't go back this way. And like I said, no matter how much I pull up on it, out on it, two-handed, there is no way to turn the lock. It is completely jammed up inside. And it might be because of the SimpliSafe device on the other side, but needless to say, I don't have that access to my house, but I still have a back door, right? That should work too. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we'll go to the back. Still got my firewood there. No snow here at base camp, at least. It just has not stopped raining since I got here. So I put the right key into here and unlocked this part. Just got to get the deadbolt, right? I can't believe this, but it turns and locks, but it won't come back and unlock. No matter how much I rip and roar and twist and pull and angle. So I've never heard of anything like this. Gone, what, 3 months? Come back, and both my deadbolts are jammed, and they won't unlock, but they'll lock. I have never heard of anything like that, and before I started this video, I have been hammering this thing for quite some time. Both sides, they just won't unlock, and if I pull it anymore, I'm gonna snap the key off inside. So I actually have to call a locksmith and have a locksmith come out here and break into my house for me and then figure out why all this happened. It could have been, I was thinking possibly because of the cold and the heat and the expansion and stuff, that just something got weird in there. But I mean, I'm tugging and pulling, and ironically, I haven't used my AAA for the motorhome or the car once this past year, and I called AAA. They don't work on houses. Of course, it's just for automobiles. Otherwise, I would have got a free lockout service. All the windows are secured around the property, so the good thing is, since I can't get in, nobody else could have gotten in, but with the alarm and monitoring 24/7 and everything, the house was secure. Everything else should be fine inside. I'm eager to get inside, so they quoted me a half hour for the locksmith to get here. $150 minimum. Ouch. We're in, guys. He did have to drill out the lock on the back one, and then he fixed this one. I'll show you how it's supposed to work correctly here. So after I came in from the inside and this was in the locked position, I could not even force this. It was completely jammed up in here. So what the locksmith kind of explained to me is that it needs a lot of room for expansion in every single direction with the changing climate. And that's what this all was about. Well, that, and he took apart the inner workings of the lock and re-lubed everything in there and jammed out a couple things on this one and the back door, so that now the back door works perfectly also. That did not work like that way. And even with my WD-40, it did not free this up when I was trying to get in. I realized that he lives right down the street and his truck has his phone number on. I don't want everybody coming to my house and knowing what street I live on here, but everything else seems to be working. Every single arcade came back on. Everything, even my beloved Miss Pac-Man. The dehumidifier worked great. It did not vibrate off the counter like so many people said. It did not come out of the sink as far as draining all that. Let's check the other two. Check this one real quick. Oh, that's pretty heavy. That's not to say that this didn't do its job, but, oh, let's check the laundry room. My Mickey Mouse collection. Oh, yeah. Oh, that one's full too. Dang it. Well, that's good though. We're only gone 3 months. There's no mold on anything this time. So, we had busted water lines on my street. They turned off the natural gas, so I didn't have that kind of heat in here, but I did have my emergency heater at least keeping us from freezing, I think, as far as I can tell. But yeah, so, and the last thing was, I forgot the fourth reason I had to come back. Oh, to play in my arcade. I missed it. I love base camp. I really do. Anyway, let me take care of a few things. Jackson, I'll be back with you in a little bit. Bye, guys.